How's it going, everyone? Welcome. How are you doing today? Alright guys, so we're gonna go over some quality of life changes I would love to see happen in Path of Exile 2. This game is amazing. It has me hooked. The gameplay feels awesome. I haven't made it to end game yet. I'm a dirty casual, but I probably put about 30 hours into this game. I spec'd into a mercenary class, got my ascendancy there. I'm in Act 3 with him. Now I'm currently just grinding and pushing through easily with my witch class. I'm speccing more into chaos and chaos damage since they recently buffed that, or coming soon to be buffed. So let's just go over some things I would like to see happen into this game. Without further ado, let's get it. So let's go over some quality of life changes I would love to see in this game. The maps are a bit too big for me, but I think this is going to get addressed and fixed. I don't think they should address them or fix them yet, because I think in the future, maybe the next couple months, they're going to be adding mounts. That's what I think, because we did see a ranger riding a mount and like riding around and shooting and attacking enemies on a mount. I don't know if that's a class specific thing, but I think we're going to see mounts in this game. I haven't seen anyone get on mounts in this early access yet, so I think that's why the maps are as big as they are, because they're going to be adding mounts sometime. If they don't add mounts, but I think they are, I'm like 90% sure they're going to be adding mounts into this game, and hopefully every class is able to play that. They should reduce the map sizes just a tinge, maybe like 10-20%, because sometimes you're in a map, especially a new one that you haven't went through yet, because sometimes you're in these maps, depending what kind of build, depending if you have any speed boost, like if your boots have like maybe 20-30% movement speed, you could be in these maps for a while, especially if you want to explore everything, especially if they have one of those like skull markers on the map that you know there's a boss, or you're hunting for the boss and you don't get lucky just yet. You got to look around and search that map, because you want a buff, you want some good items. So if they don't add mounts in this game in the near future, they should probably reduce the map sizes just like 10-20%. Nothing too crazy. I think the flow is good. Maybe stop so many dead ends from happening, make it more intertwining, because you're just not running someplace and there's nothing there, then you have to run all the way back. But they did add the system to teleport, because sometimes you're not too close to a teleport, so you got to run to the teleport and they go somewhere. But that is a great quality of life change they did. Being able to teleport to checkpoint locations is amazing. I'm glad they added that. So if they add mounts in this game in the near future, that'll be amazing. If not, like I said, I'm 90% sure they're going to add mounts. If not, reduce the map size just a bit. Maybe increase the mob density in some portions. Sometimes you're walking along, you don't see any mobs. I like to get, if my build is flowing and my build is great, having the ability to kite enemies together and destroy them all, and not having them like run away too fast, not having them like disband. It is a good feeling just to like get them all together and crush their souls, and just seeing your level up bar go up and up and up. That's a good feeling. All right, so my last thing, I would say respecking costs. I don't know if they changed it yet. I'm still in like early game, so I'm like Act 2, and respecking is still around 200 to 300. I don't know if that stays the same towards end game, and like maybe that's the minimum they want you to spend, or max they want you to spend is probably like $200 to $300. But man, respecking should be free. I'm gonna die on this hill. Because sometimes in the middle of a build, you like check out these nodes, like, oh, I want to try that, or I want to take these out and go here. Like I was doing my witch class, and I was like, maybe I want to do like have a wraith build where I'm just walking around close to enemies and just sucking their lives away, like draining their health bars just by walking and being close to them, and instead of like really specking just into like minions, and maybe having minions on the side, but I really want to spec that first so I get that base down, and then I spec into minions. Having that option of like this ability to change things up how you feel, I think it's a good thing, and it won't hinder people. It's going to actually make people want to try new things, because they have maybe they certain weapon dropped and like, oh, it has like this combination of attributes, it has this perk on it, I want to try that. Maybe I could spec into that, instead of having like, man, I don't have enough cash, and they're telling me that you could buy good gear at the shops, and those are pretty expensive, especially when they're good, or especially when they're rare or magical. It's just make respecking free. Grindy gear games, you have a great game here. Just let us have the reins to respec when we want, and at no cost. Like I said in many videos before, like it's just gonna bring the build possibilities to that next level instead of having to be hindered by how much gold you have in your pocket. Still make gold a great thing, because as I said before, these shops have great items if you're lucky and find them. So always having in that back pocket that you might get lucky when you level up and then you go to the shop and you see a pretty good item that maybe you're lacking in some area in your kit. Make gold a priority, because things in the shop can be amazing, and you could probably get like a re-roll, and from like the people who sell like random items, you might get a good roll and you can spend money on that. Just make respecking free. If you really want to charge, make it 1 gold. But even that's too much. Just make it free. I think the one game I would say that made me feel like, wow, they're not charging you to re-roll things was Black Myth Wukong. It's a game that I didn't expect the skill tree that it had and many different avenues they could go down, especially with their stances and especially with like making your transformations. You could put so many nodes in different areas and you could respec into that. I was like, man, they're going to charge me just to respec, and they didn't. I was like, it was very refreshing. As a gamer, I was like, this is nice, and more games should be like that. Black Myth had a very different play styles you could play as, like the 3 different stances, and being able to like switch back and forth depending on your scenario, depending how you want to like try out a stance. They didn't hinder you that. All you had to do is get your nodes, which was by leveling up, and you just respec what you want. You just go to I think you just went to a shop and you could respec. Easy as that. You don't have to pay anything. Super easy to respec. Or you could just respec on the fly. I'm not too sure. Kind of forgot, but I did remember it was free. And I think this game could definitely use that. Even Diablo 4 didn't charge you in the beginning, but then they charge you a ton later on. Just make respecing free. I think this game will greatly benefit from it, and the builds you get from it and people trying different builds and seeing which one they like the most will be a great thing, especially for newcomers. That's my 2 cents in this whole thing. Just make respecing free. No one's gonna be like up in arms about that. I think people are gonna really like it, and just the ability to switch things up. Maybe you're stuck at a boss, you're like, dang, but I don't have the money to respec. Maybe you have to respec a certain way. Problem solved. Less headache for the player, less outrage from people trying to say make respecing less, because they're already making it less already, and I think they should just diminish respecing. All right, guys, that's my little rant about Path of Exile 2. Probably the 2 things I would like to see changed. Add mounts would be amazing, or if they don't add mounts, like I said, I think they are going to add mounts, because we've seen it in a trailer for the Ranger. Ranger was just riding around shooting arrows, boop, pew, and riding a mount around. That was pretty badass. I think it's coming. If it doesn't, if some chance it doesn't, it's not ready by launch, just make the maps a bit smaller. Also, respecing free. Like I said, I'm gonna die on that hill. Just make respecing free. All right, guys, love you to pieces. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know what some things you would like to see added to this game. Like I said, I'm not at end game yet. I have like a 37 merc, a 27, maybe a 24, level 5 warrior. So I've been putting my hours in. I'm not at end game yet. Hopefully to get there with my witch, because I'm having a fun time with that class, and hope to see it grow and just see if I could get this withering build down pat, because I saw a certain part of the skill tree. I'm like, I could do that. I could do that. All right, guys, love you to pieces. Take it easy, stay risen, stay rising. Until next time, peace.